Hello and welcome to part 3 of the Pokemon Red custom Nuzlocke. Still gotta figure out the right way to introduce these videos. If there is a name for what this is actually called and someone wants to tell me, I would love to know, so you can leave it in a comment if you know a more official name for what I'm doing. Anyways, we've battled some of the trainers in Mount Moon, and we've made our way to this crazy scientist who's guarding 2 fossils that can be resurrected into Pokemon. It just so happens that one of the fossils, I probably could have switched to Mewtwo here. Just so happens that one of the fossils is in fact a Kabuto fossil. There are 2, one that goes into Kabuto and one into Ammonite. And we have a Kabuto, so we're not interested in the fossil anyways, it's against the rules to use it. But nonetheless, we should make a selection. I always liked the Helix fossil just because I liked the name of it better. I think the other one's called like the Dome fossil or something. I don't know, not as exciting. Moment of truth, do we see Team Rocket? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, and that's it. We are out of Mount Moon. So I believe there are... Nice. We'll be able to sell that for a couple $100. So it doesn't actually look like there are any trainers we can battle in this area. I thought there might have been. I think that's the TM for Roar. Oops. Oh, we got a lot of items. Just in Mount Moon. Whirlwind. Okay, I was close actually. That's interesting. I personally don't find Whirlwind to be a very useful TM when playing through this game. It does have its uses, but it's another move that can take up space. So before we heal up, yeah, we could have just healed up, but we're gonna go trim down the items that we have in our possession. I don't really like to use the vitamins. We're not going to be using any moonstones. Make a nice $0 off those. Whoops. We'll sell Whirlwind. We got a couple more TMs on us. What are these? TM 12. Water gun. Yeah, I like that. Mega Punch. Not so useful. At least I don't think so. We'll sell that. We have a rare candy that we're going to put in our PC for later. Of course, the ether we're going to put in there as well. I would like to teach Water Gun to Pokemon. Then again, we're going to get Bubble Beam and Surf. And we're not planning on using Kabuto till later. So tell you what, I'll deposit the Water Gun in case we decide we want it later. So the first things first is we're going to put in the Helix Fossil because we're not going to use that. I'm gonna drop, oops, yeah, the rare candy. The ether. Yeah, one thing about playing this game is you really have to keep an eye on the number of things in your inventory because it fills up so fast and it's so small. Of course, we should heal up while we're here. Don't want to forget to do that. Okay, so we got a pretty tough battle against blue coming up. I think, given that, you know, our team is, at this point, just 2 legendaries, we shouldn't have much trouble. What I am going to do, on the off chance his Pidgeotto knows Whirlwind, I'm going to deposit the remaining Pokemon in our party. Except for Porygon. Or, so like I was saying in one of the earlier videos, it's nice to have like a last resort in terms of like if somebody had to be sacrificed for the greater good. See, Porygon, the best it can do for us is be kind of like Mewtwo in terms of like psychic moves. I think it can learn Recover. Goldilocks, yeah, I think Zubat is our, I hate to say it, but our best sacrifice if it really comes down to it. Of course, I don't want to be in that position if we can help it. One thing we're going to do before our battle, I guess it doesn't really matter when we do this, but there's a rare candy back here. And we just got to find it. I think it's in the middle, actually. There it is. And we don't want to use it yet. We'll deposit it real quick. Why not? Oh, that's not what we want. There it is. Making all kinds of menu mistakes today. Okay, rare candy. So we got 21 potions. That should be plenty for now. We got a good amount of money. But since we're not buying Pokeballs, it does make our life a lot easier. Money can be hard to come by, of course, in Nuzlocke, especially early on when you're spending all of it on Pokeballs and potions and then worried about about having a spare. I guess just because you're stocking up on medicinal items. Nice, we got the paralysis. And it missed the sand attack. How fortunate. Nice, that was a good chunk of experience. Abra? No, we'll stay in for Abra. So I've been thinking about this a little bit. I have a pretty good idea of who we're going to use at each separate gym up until Koga. But when we come to Sabrina, I don't know if I have a good idea of who we should be using. Since we're going up against psychic types, I think having a good special defender is our best bet. My idea is to send in Clone against all of Sabrina's Pokemon. It's going to resist the psychic attacks, and we can always use Swift. We won't have any kind of type advantage, but we'll be able to get through her team with relative ease. Okay, not too bad. Really not a bad battle against blue. We don't need to heal up, but I decided to come back because I just thought about something. We're going to want to use Ash Trotter eventually. Maybe not immediately, But there's no reason we can't have Ash Trotter out and do a little bit of switch training. The other alternative is, excuse me, we could always wait to get the EXP share. Oh, that's right. I guess there's no such thing as held items in this game, which is something I didn't think about. But yeah, there's no option for item, which means that we won't be able to use the EXP share. But what we can do instead is, like I said, switch train our team. I mean, at this point, we're at a level where I feel pretty comfortable taking on Misty. There's no reason we can't get some experience for Pokemon that will want to be in fighting shape later. As I mentioned before, we don't really want to rely on grinding, which means that we're going to have to delegate, or rather allocate some amount of these trainer battles to yield experience to our lower level Pokemon. Man, it's a shame with that Caterpie only knowing Tackle and Slingshot. I almost feel compelled to just let Ash Trotter stay in and take it on, but I'm pretty sure a critical hit Tackle would be in danger of knocking that thing, knocking our Ash Trotter out. Oops, that's not what I meant to click. Doesn't matter anyways. If I were a braver man, I would go for it. I would just go for it. But yeah, with a couple battles, Ash Trotter should be in pretty good shape to start taking on some of the weaker Pokemon around here. A Ponyta, knowing a move like Ember, especially around some of these bug catchers, it's pretty powerful. So, this is going to be annoying. I think we're going to get Sand attacked when we switch in. That's not... Yeah, I just wanted to switch to Clone, who's known Swift, so that would be, you know, that would prevent us from missing over and over if we got Sand attacked. I think that's the first time a Pidgey has ever used damaging moves against us. Clone got a little bit hurt in that battle. It was those two gusts and the quick attack that really did it. So one noteworthy thing to mention is when I was in Mount Moon earlier finishing the trainers from where we left off to the scientists guarding the fossils, there was a rocket that had Eradicate that knew, it's either Super Fang or Hyper Fang, one of the two. And it did a lot of damage. It was like a level 14 Eradicate, and I had I think I had Zip Zap out there. It did a substantial amount of damage. I wasn't worried about dying, but again, Oh man, I hate wrap. Can I switch out during a wrap? I can, okay. That's actually good to know, because wrap is... Yeah, wrap is one of those moves that... but I think this Ekans will only know wrap, so it's kind of a pain in the ass. So, if you don't outspeed Ekans, it can just keep wrapping you. Because I think the turn you break free from wrap, it has priority. As in, like, you don't get a turn. And because that's the only move it knows, I believe, it can and will just use wrap. It also doesn't run out of PP. Man, you could get locked in a loop that way. Wrap should be added to the list of game-breaking moves that the Universal Pokemon Randomizer cuts out. I know I mentioned wrap several times when I was playing through Pokemon Gold. It's because I think about it all the time, especially in these Gen 1 games. Once again, just in case we get sand attacked, we're going to go into clone. But it looks like these Pidgeys are only interested in damaging us. I suppose if I switch in and it doesn't use sand attack, then I should just use a psychic or a confusion. Probably get a one-hit kill that way, and I don't have to worry about taking so much damage. Nice. Thought clone might get the level up there too. That would have been a nice little synchronized level up. Gotta stay healthy. Oh man, does that say level 18? Yes it does, level 18. Do we need to heal up? We got plenty of money. We can always buy more potions if we need them. And we just got a nugget, so we can buy even more potions. What's that? 16 potions off one nugget. We will be at the point pretty soon where we will start wanting to buy super potions. If anyone's watching this who watched my run of Pokemon Gold, you'll be glad to know that we don't have the... Glad or potentially sad. Oh, it does learn Leer, so... I guess it doesn't always have to just wrap us. Anyways, if you watched it, you know I made a pretty funny, I guess you want to call it blunder, in which I bought 99 Great Balls, in addition to having like 40 or 50 already. And I guess it didn't really occur to me that buying that many Great Balls was not very useful, especially since there's a pretty limited window in which Great Balls are useful in this game. In Pokemon Gold. In any game, really. But of course you have Pokeballs at the beginning. Those are going to be pretty useful early on. You've got a pretty narrow window in which Great Balls are useful, and then Ultra Balls, of course, you want to use on your legendaries and higher level Pokemon. So I just had a shit ton of Great Balls, and then at one point I realized I wasn't going to get through the original 40, let alone those 99. I'm going to heal up now that we've finished this bridge, and maybe sell that nugget. So I just sold all 99 Great Balls, and then ended up, I think, spending it on Ultra Balls instead. Or maybe I just spent it on Hyper Potions and Super Potions. Although at the end of that run, we definitely weren't in want of money. We had plenty of money at that point. I mean, I'd say we're doing pretty good right now. We got 19 grand. I'm not gonna buy too many more potions. Maybe just 6 more. Like I said, we're kind of getting... Oh, we do want to pick up some repels, though. Those are going to be useful for us. We are getting to the point in which buying potions will stop being our best bet, especially as our Pokemon have more and more HP, and we're more likely going to need something like a Super Potion in a battle, especially if we're worried about a Pokemon fainting. So we've got one trainer down here. I thought about leaving this junior trainer as well as the trainer on... Oh, almost started attacking. That could have been dangerous. As well as the trainer that's, I think that's Route 24, that's north of the Nugget Bridge. The one that has a Slowpoke. I thought about saving those in case we wanted to do the Mew glitch on camera, just for the fun of it. I like having the option of saving that, but I'm not too worried about it. I mean, if it's been done so many times, it could always, you know, just, it's a quick YouTube search away. TM45. Mega Kick? Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave would be a good move. I'll probably dole that one out later. I think what I'm going to do... You know, I have a really hard time deciding when to use TMs, because at a certain point certain TMs stop becoming useful. Like Water Gun. Water Gun's a pretty good TM early on, but there is a certain point at which it does lose its effectiveness. It's a pretty low damage dealing water move, but if it's your only water move, it can be pretty great. Was thinking we might get the one shot there, but I guess we should have gone for the Drill Peck. Nice. So for this episode, we'll probably do maybe one more trainer battle. And we'll call the episode. I'll finish the rest of the trainers up to Bill's house. But I'll save the whole cutscene with Bill for the camera. I really like that whole encounter. I think this is the kid with the Slowpoke. Oh, no. I think the kid with the Slowpoke only has one Pokemon. And then after we do Bill, we can head on down to the Cerulean City Gym. We'll take on Misty. After Misty, we can go beat the rocket that's holding Dig. And then we can start making our way to Vermilion City. And that'll be fun. That'll lead us right to the SS Anne. Okay, we're gonna call the episode here. Off camera, I'll finish off the rest of the trainers to the east, and the next time I see you guys, we'll be outside Bill's house. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.